All right. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be starting a new series. Also, by the way, welcome to Frosty Fest. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So with this series, pretty much for the entirety of the time I've been playing Splatoon 3, which is about 3,500 hours. Um, Most of my enjoyment of the game has come from really just kind of trying to five-star as many weapons as I can. And kind of the main goal I had going into this, into playing this game was getting 5 stars on every type of main weapon. So like one for shooter, one for splatling, umbrella, stuff like that. Um, and I really found that enjoyable. And lately, I haven't really been enjoying this game. So I'd like to start the series, um, which will be all about trying to 5 star different weapons and stuff like that. So I hope it'll be fun. There won't be really any editing involved in this. It'll basically just be like me streaming. That it's just going to be uploading onto YouTube. Um, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And I'm going to try to start with weapons that I don't really have any points with, which is actually quite a bit. And I've actually been using these dualies a little bit, and they're not bad. I've already got 1 star on them, mostly just because I've been using them on the Splatfest. But I think for the first in the series, I think what we'll do is we'll give it kind of a test run. So I'll go ahead and use a weapon that I've been using for a while now, and that I'm fairly close to getting 5 stars on. I mean, obviously it probably won't be tonight, but I think for like the first 2 episodes or so for the series, I think it'll be a good starting point, just so I can kind of get a feel of what I want to do with the series. Because like I said, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of editing involved, if any. My battery's low, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and start with this. And I think with this specific weapon, I think what I would like to do is have quite a bit of run speed, probably. I don't really need to focus too much on special charge because, well, to be honest, because especially because it's Splatfest right now, I don't really need to get out a bunch of the special on this weapon. I don't really need to throw a whole lot of splatter color screens. So I think for now, I'm just going to stick with mostly run speed and probably ink recovery or something, maybe a little bit of ink resistance. I don't think you need like a whole sub of ink resistance. I think if you are a full main of ink resistance, I think a few subs will be good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and try to start with stuff that I don't really have any subs with, which I mean, I don't really care in terms of how it looks. So I'm just going to kind of go ahead and pick anything that kind of just doesn't really have anything. So I think I'm going to go with 2 run speed, mostly just because this weapon is not mobile at all, and you want to be able to move around a little bit more. So I'm just going to try to find something that I can use here. Or let me see if uh, let's see. Like I don't think I need a main of ink resistance. So I think in terms of another main that I want to have, I would probably say recovery, to be honest, just because I don't think ink saver main will be as advantageous. I think with this weapon you're going to be running out of ink regardless if you have main saver or not. So I'd rather be recovering ink faster rather than being able to get a few more shots out. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with these right now because I kind of like the color. And I'll go ahead and switch this over to run speed as well, real quick. And my mic's not the greatest either, so I do apologize for that. It's literally just like a headset mic. Um, I paid quite a bit of money for this headset though, so I'm kind of disappointed that my quality isn't very good. But let's go ahead and add on uh, run speed. And I think what we'll do is actually we're just gonna wipe this. Let's go ahead and rewipe it. And then I'm just gonna put, well, I don't know if I really want to waste a whole ticket, but I think I will just go ahead and use a ticket for it. Mostly just because you are gonna want some ink resistance, because in this thing, if you get caught in enemy ink, you're pretty much as good as dead. Especially if it's in the middle of a fight, you're gonna take a lot of damage from the ink, and it's gonna make it way easier for them to actually take you out. I mean, I got 75 drink tickets, so I'm not really sweating it. And like I said, I'm not really gonna edit this. I'm gonna leave in like all the in between stuff and such, like in between matches, just because I kind of want this to be pretty much like a raw series. You know what I mean? Like I wanna show all the matches, or at least most of the matches that I get in. I mean, I pretty much just had the idea of the series tonight, and I thought, oh, that's a pretty good idea, since that's basically how I got as good at the game as I was for a while. And then I kind of stopped trying to get 5 stars on weapons, kind of stopped playing the game, and now I'm kind of back to where it was in terms of skill level to when I started Splatoon 3. I mean, I was pretty good in Splatoon 2, um, you know, top 5,000, which is like it's not like amazing, but like it's better than most. Um, so it's just kind of like in terms of like being good, it's pretty mediocre. Um, I tended to win, and my win loss ratio was basically always kind of 50-50. Um, whereas in Splatoon 3, for a while there, I was good enough to where I could get my win ratio, uh, up as high as 42. I could get my losses down to single digits, which was pretty good. So I would like to get back to that, but I don't think that's. I think those days are done, to be honest with you. But you never know. I don't really know how often I'm going to be doing this either, but we'll see. Turn my speaker up a little bit, to be honest. It's pretty quiet. Kind of sucks that I have to start the series off on a Splatfest, though, because I'm not a fan of Splatfests. I just wish that there was other stuff you could do. I wish if you could still play ranked in a Splatfest, that would be great. But you cannot, which is kind of stupid. But at least with Splatfest, you don't really got to think. You just got to paint. But I just think Turf War is just not a fun mode. We have 2 Hydras on our team. That's weird. Figure now is a good time to finish out this weapon for the 5 stars anyway, because it's been kind of a slog to get through it. Oh, okay. This is my first few games of the Splatfest. It's been going on for a while, so I'm assuming everybody in these lobbies probably isn't great. Um, just because my pro level is not high right now, because I just started, like I said, but you never know. I've been winning most of these games. I'm just going to throw that. I don't really need to. Ooh, yeah, we were able to break that. I'm just going to run. Yeah. He can charge up faster than I can, so I'm going to try to get some distance on him. Make him come to me if he wants to. He's going to run, which is smart. Nothing I can really do about this charger above me except just stay below him. That way he can't hit me. Just try to kind of hold down. Nice. That was a good... Who did that? That was a good shot. So the time is getting kind of down, so I'm assuming they're going to get more aggressive, and that is good for me. Because that's going to force them to get into range where we can hit them. Me and this other Hydra. And it's good that he has the other Hydra, the default one. That way we can kind of stagger our specials, which is nice. Like I said, they're going to have to get aggressive. It's pretty evenly matched, though. So in terms of who could win this, it could really go either way. Got somebody with the busy bang or whatever it's called. Whew, I got sneeze. Whoa! Okay, I think we did lose this. I'm going to blame that on the sneeze if we lost, and if we won, I'm going to take full credit. Okay, we won. By quite a bit, too. Bad time for a sneeze. But yeah, if you have followed anything about me and Splatoon, you'll know that I do not like Splatfests. I don't find them very fun, especially when they go on for 2 days and you can't do anything else in the meantime. Why not have like ranked modes in Splatfests? I don't get that. Three and 0 is not very good. Could have gotten more, but I'll take no deaths. That's not what I wanted to do. Messing with OBS. Go ahead and put that in full screen back there. Oops. This is a good map for me, I think. It's got some high points. I don't know. I really can't tell. Anyway, to be honest, I'm not really going to use this series to try to get better. I think for me, it's just about kind of reigniting the spark that I had for this game. Because I really love this game. I knew that guy was there too. Nice name. Come on. Kids play this game, brother. But, I, I don't know. I just kind of fell out of love with this game for a little while, especially with the new metas and stuff. I think they made a lot of big blunders. I mean, I have a whole video on my channel about how I think the game was actually better when it first came out than it is now. I would actually rather play that game than this one. But that's not going to happen. I might play Splatoon 1 a little bit too on this channel. That would be interesting. I'm not going to celebrate wins too much because it is a Splatfest. Unless it's like a pretty cool comeback, like a last-minute comeback or something, but it's okay if I'm spotted. I'm literally up on a perch. Just gonna get that out. Okay, I need to get out of here. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I remember I really liked this map in the first game, actually. Oh shoot, dude. Okay. Yeah, see, there's that ink resistance. Because I don't have any, it totally slowed me down. If I had at least some ink resistance, I probably would have been able to get behind cover in time. Maybe. I would have had a better chance, that's for sure. Ugh, come on. Oh, that was good play. I'm dead. We're the same team anyway. I missed all my shots. Thank you, teammate. I do appreciate that they've kept Splatfest going, though. I do like that. I hope they continue indefinitely, even if they just recycle old ones. Just because in Splatoon 1 and 2, having a last Splatfest was kind of a bittersweet moment for sure. Even if I don't like them. A lot of it just comes down to the fact that it's like, oh, it's final Splatfest, game's pretty much over, um, in terms of like major content stuff. So it's usually pretty like sad. So you're like, oh, it's done. Because I actually like these games quite a lot, and I care about them quite a lot. So whenever a new one comes out and then it ends, it's definitely sad. Kind of like losing a friend almost, but bad. I wonder what everybody else, what their teams are, because I've noticed I'm usually in the minority, uh, amongst the people I have on my friends list. Like right now, I'm the only one that I can tell that's okay. Yeah, I think I got one more, unless she's okay. I got one more. I think the app tells you like between your how many like between your friends which um team you're on. Should probably plug my battery or my controller in. I will after this match. I just gotta find. I don't even know where I put the charging cable for it. I think the thing just vanished, to be honest. There it is. Okay, what are our weapons? What are their weapons? I mean, they definitely outpaid us. This isn't looking good already. But you never know. Splatoon is a weird game. I'm just not even gonna deal with this guy right now until I get charged. I honestly don't even really use my sub weapon on this kit a lot. I probably should. Probably help my team quite a bit. It's just a lot of times I even forget that I have mines whenever I play a weapon that has mines. I prefer a more proactive spotting weapon like the point sensor. I feel like if it's a fire and forget kind of thing, I usually just forget and never actually fire. Like with the ink mine. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't kill me, to be honest. Okay, I made a mistake jumping down now. Now, that Explosher has ridiculous range. I thought I heard somebody use a Booyah Bomb. But I heard the sound effect for some reason. I think I'm actually going nuts. We have two splatter color screens. Here, I'll go ahead and use my thing. Help my team out a little bit, I think. I mean, we probably could push up to a more advantageous position. I feel like I cost our team right there a better spot. I definitely should have pushed up. He definitely has the advantage on me, so I'm just gonna run. There's no point in me fighting a person that I have like a 5% chance of winning against. But when I get my, I'm gonna try to just get my special so I can hopefully at least push him away. But he doesn't look like he's up there anymore. I'm just gonna use it this way. That was a good win from the team. We had no business winning that, especially not as good as we did. I do like the music. Oh, we had a top 500 player on our team. If you're hearing that sound, it's my Rubik's cube, speed cube. I think it's a Moyo. Not a like amazing brand, but it's pretty good for what they are. I usually will do a Rubik's cube um in between rounds just to keep my brain sharp a little bit, keep my hands moving. I can usually able to solve it at least once before the next match begins. Oops, there we go. And done. After this move. There we go. 6-0. Oh, nice. I got my Megatron that I ordered from Big Bad Toy Store, which is a great store, by the way, online store. Um, is shipped? Not shipped, but they've got the pre-order, so it should be shipping out in a bit, which is awesome because I couldn't find Megatron for Transformers One, which is a great movie, by the way. I couldn't find it anywhere. You can find it on Amazon, but it was like $60. It was a lot of freaking money for a Transformers toy, so I kind of looked elsewhere. I saw it was on Big Bad Toy Store. It was up for pre-order, but it was the original price, so I was like, yeah, why not? And it seemed like they were supposed to get it in by the end of January, but they got it in already, which is pretty cool. So that's a great store. I would highly recommend those guys if you're into collecting things like Transformers. Would absolutely recommend it. Just that's not like sponsor or anything, obviously. That's just them being a good company. Oh, that was bad. I meant to do that. Oh, nice. You're never safe behind cover like that. There's always a little tiny part of you that's probably sticking out. Should throw it like that to get the top and bottom. Did my teammate just fall in the water behind me? Oh, my goodness. That's a good thing I ran, actually. Try to keep him away. Okay. I hate the Kraken, man. That should have never been brought into the game. There's a reason why they kept it out of Splatoon 2. And as bad as Splatoon 2 specials were, that was the one good decision that they made, was just not having any invincibility specials. Oh! I didn't even see that. Seriously, if they took the Kraken out of the game, I think I would... If they took the Kraken... I don't know about Splashdown. I feel like Splashdown doesn't get used a whole lot. Like, it's not on enough kits to warrant it really being taken out of the game. Uh, I would say they should just only keep those for Salmon Run. I think that would be a good trade-off. If they could keep both of these specials for Salmon Run. But if they got rid of them, I think I'd play the game a lot more. Because that's when I stopped enjoying this game, was when they brought those specials in, and it was specifically because they brought them in. And it's just like, ugh, you can't do anything to counter them really, especially if you're on a weapon like I'm using. Like, there's pretty much nothing you can do except run, and that's just stupid. Make it like armor. Make it have like you can have it be like 5,000 health, to where like you need the whole team to fire on them to take it out. But making it invincible is just it's stupid. And I've never heard a good argument for it. To be honest, I've never heard anybody arguing for those specials anyway. I think it's a lot of people don't like them. Getting a lot of ink resistance, which is good. I think that's about all I need though. 3 is equivalent to 1 main. So I think maybe a few more. I don't know. I'd rather have special charge at this point. Not with this weapon. I think for this one, I would rather have probably more ink recovery, to be honest. Rangers beat the Golden Knights tonight. Interesting. Hate the Golden Knights, so anytime they lose, I'll take it. They're probably going to win the Stanley Cup again, unfortunately. I think with this series, I think I'm literally just going to record an episode, not edit it, unless I have to for some reason, and then just upload it right away. Maybe I can schedule them for like a certain time of day, so I have like a relatively normal time schedule. But we'll see. Like I actually really liked the specials in this game. Uh, when it first came out, I thought it was very well. Uh, look, were certain specials overpowered? Yes. Um, but I'll take that over whatever the hell was going on in Splatoon 2. Even Splatoon 1 had more interesting specials than 2 because everything was broken. Oof. Mines and point sensors are pretty good weapons for Splatfest because a lot of people will use Ninja Squid. Oof. Okay, my microphone died. Oopsies. Weird, I thought I charged it not too long ago, but that's how it goes sometimes. Let me just make sure. Okay, I was gonna say, let me just make sure I'm not like smacking it into anything. starts to hiccup too, which is sucks, man. Also, it's Splatfest, and Turf War is just kind of it's Turf War, so there's there's not really a point in celebrating or crying when it comes to winning and losing, because it's literally just mostly just a coin toss, coin tip. Like it's Splatfest, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose. It's just like Mario Kart, you know. I think one thing I really wish they would change is just how long it takes to get into a match now. I appreciate having a lobby that you can play around in. Everything is just dying and all my gadgets and gizmos. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it takes way too long. But if it only took like 20 seconds like it did in the other games, I guess what would even be the point of having a lobby? I kind of wonder if they intentionally made it longer to matchmake so they could have a lobby. You know what I mean? It kind of feels that way. So I really don't know why it would be longer than the other games to find a match. Like even when the game was brand new, it would still take like 60 seconds to find a match. It's just weird. Like it rubs me the wrong way. A lot of things in this world do. This is probably my favorite Splatfest song, by the way. I like it. I also just like Shiver and Fry's music. I wish Big Man had gotten like a solo song. That would have been cool. That was just me missing every single shot. How did I survive that? There was no reason for me to survive that. I had no right. Ooh, I messed that up. It kind of worked out though. My team is doing a fantastic job. I feel like I'm not really doing anything to help. But that's usually the case in this game. This really is a very team-heavy game. Like, you can be kind of a not great player, but if you know how to work with a team, that goes a long way. Like, seriously. Like, I am not very good at this game, but because I know how to kind of work with people, uh, I kind of help support them. Like, I'm definitely more of a support player, to be honest. Um, you can really succeed a lot by doing that. Like a lot of people in ranked, because I don't play anything other than ranked or in salmon run a lot of people will often neglect actually painting the ground, but that's a huge factor into, you know, being a being a functional team. Like if you can't move anywhere and you're locked down into like very specific like routes to take because that's all you have painted, it's gonna make it a lot easier to take you guys out. Like it just is. Um, so if even if you can just lay down ink for your team in ranked, even if that's all you can do, you're helping. You're absolutely helping. I'll take 16 and 2. And the more ink that's on the ground that's yours, the less the other team will be able to move. Even if it's in your base, that'll take away opportunity. It'll slow them down from actually getting to like flanking you and stuff like that. So keeping everything covered is pretty advantageous, and people kind of forget that even the high ranks. So if you want to improve at all, if you want to increase your wins, uh, just paint, dude. Like seriously, it helps. It goes a long way. People might crap on you on Reddit though for doing it, but hey, Reddit's trash. So if those people are mad at you, you're doing something right. Against our own team, but I like these colors, so I'm okay with it. This is probably my favorite color. This green. I love it. Especially with these matches, I'm not really too concerned about winning or doing all that well. Ooh. I mean, for the sake of this series and what I'm actually trying to accomplish, winning helps. Because you get barely any points on your weapon if you lose. Um, I used the Brella to get the 5 stars on the Brella, and yeah, I didn't win very many games. That literally took like a month and a half to get the 5 stars on that, and that was miserable. I was playing every day for like hours a day. It was bad. I hated that thing. I do wonder if we're going to get a Splatoon 4 oof, or like a spin-off on the next system. Which, by the way, um, Switch 2 might get revealed this January. Don't know, obviously, but the stuff that I've seen, it seems pretty likely. Um, I mean, I don't really know how this stuff works, obviously, but I remember seeing stuff on the like people who have already put up listings for like accessories for the Switch 2 on Amazon, and they all have the same like March date release date. Um, which I mean, honestly, people were getting really excited for that. I think it's just a placeholder date until they actually announce the damn thing. Um, because there's no way they reveal it in January and then release it in March. Like that's crazy. Like they would have to announce it like tomorrow, right? Shout out to that subreddit, which is funny by the way. I like that subreddit, but um, yeah, like there's just no way. I don't believe that for a second. It'd be nice, but I don't think they're going to announce their next console after the huge success of the Switch and release it 2 months, like less than 2 months later. I just don't think that's happening. Unless it's like they reveal it like now and then release it like March 31st. Like that's the only way I see that happening. I mean, Switch 1 came out in March. Dang it. So maybe they want to do another March release date. Doubt it. especially with all the leaks that have been going on with like the weird like mouse thing with the Joy-Cons. Like, ooh, I don't know. I mean, we pretty much know what the console looks like now, just based on all the leaks, right? We basically know what it looks like. Um, we just haven't seen it in action yet, and we don't know what games are going to be on it. So at this point, it is revealed. Virtually, it is revealed. It's just Nintendo needs to make an official announcement on it. Which I honestly, I think if they don't announce it, I I really do think they are losing um, money the longer they wait to announce it. I really do think that they should have announced this thing sooner. Um, because as big as the Switch was, I feel like this late in the game, I don't know, maybe they're doing like an anticipation marketing strategy where people are so antsy about the next system it will generate like excitement or something like that, but I don't think enough people care that much to be honest. Um, Obviously a lot of people do care, but I think for the most part the general public isn't going to be like holding their breath on an announcement. You know what I mean? Like that's just historically that's just not the case. People don't tend to get very uber excited for Nintendo consoles. It's really just the Nintendo fans that do. So I just feel like if that is true, if what I think about that is true, and what do I know? But if it is true, then I think they are losing are risking losing potential buyers um, by waiting this long. Um, and honestly, the marketing is going to be is I kind of wonder if they're taking this long because they really want to make sure they get the marketing down to avoid another Wii U situation. Because if they call it something like the Super Nintendo Switch, nobody's going to buy that thing. They're not. They're going to think it's just a Switch, like just another Switch. And it's just going to be another Wii U situation. So you want to make sure that people know this isn't just an upgraded Switch. Which by all accounts, it's kind of what it looks like it's going to be anyway. It looks like it's just going to be what the 3DS was to the DSi and what the DSi was to the well, yeah, I think it's going to be more like what the DSi was to the DS, where there's going to be more features, but fundamentally it's the same thing. Like in terms of the core concept, you know? I think saying it's going to be like the 3DS to from DSi upgrade, I think that's asking a bit much because that was basically that was a huge upgrade in terms of power and just overall quality of the console itself. Like the 3DS was basically just a home console in your hand, which is what the Switch is, but the Switch is literally a home console in your hand. The 3DS is more of like a portable that was emulating a console in terms of like its UI and stuff, like the whole home menu thing. Um, but the Switch literally is a PS3 in your hands. It's about as powerful as a PS3, right? Maybe a little less so. I mean, really, the Switch is kind of ancient technology at this point. That's crazy to say. I remember being amazed at the fact that, whoa, you could play, console games on the go. And now it's just like, yeah, I got a phone that can play like Wii games. Like it's not, it's like it's not that impressive anymore, if at all, really. Now it's kind of underwhelming. I do have to plug in my charging cable though, which is a shame because it actually does make it harder to play when you have a charging cable in because it reduces the input. You get input delay when it's connected by a cable, which is stupid. I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did. I believe it adds 3 milliseconds of delay on your controller when it's plugged in, which is seriously, man, that's crazy. Also, I hope the next system has better quality motion controls. We use motion controls were unbelievably good, like legit. And that's because it had an accelerometer as well as a gyroscope. So I really hope that they, whatever Nintendo does with the next system, I hope they ditch some of the useless features, um, like the IR sensor on the Joy Cons or whatever, and I hope they kind of put that in there, the accelerometer. I really do think that is something that should be done. I think it would go a long way in just improving the quality and feel of the system. Because I mean, like, dude, Splatoon 1's motion controls were like instant. There was no delay, and it was awesome. And 2, they were pretty bad. It was like if your controller was sending its motion control input like via mail, like through the post to the console. Like it was slow, man. Splatoon 3 they fixed it, but there's still a delay and it's still noticeable if you really look for it. But it's not nearly as egregious as Splatoon 2. I don't even know what they did in Splatoon 2. I think what it was, I think they said they tried to reduce like something to do with like the raw input. They wanted to smoothen it, but that just made the delay huge, which is like okay. And it also caused gyro drift like crazy. Like constantly my crosshair was moving when I didn't want it to. And that wasn't related to drift because that was with a Pro controller. That was just the gyro being bad. Specifically for Splatoon 2 for whatever reason. But I'm pretty sure that's what I heard it was. I remember somebody said it like, ironically, by trying to smooth out motion controls, they made them less so, or something like that. I think they said like, by taking away motion smoothing, they made the controls smoother. It's like, yeah, it feels like it. Because I can definitely feel like Splatoon 3, it's definitely more of a raw input. Whereas in Splatoon 2, it's more like it's compensating, almost. It's weird. It's hard to explain it without actually feeling it yourself. Oh, literally just leaning back in my chair. I think that this is going to be a much more relaxed kind of thing, to be honest. Like, I'm not going to be like sweating or like trying really hard and stuff. It's just more about kind of using a weapon, getting used to it. Kind of just using weapons that I wouldn't normally use. That's what I like. Learning how to use new stuff. It's very fun. I would recommend it. No, look, I'm gonna be honest. Rank doesn't matter in this game, so don't really worry about losing it. Yeah, I guess somebody was supposed to post like an OS thing today, and it got like delayed, which is like odd. So it's probably not real, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe he. Uh, it looks like he posted it, but it looks weird. It looks just like the Wii U. So who knows if that's real? Seems like there's a lot more comments than likes on that post, so I wonder what's going on. I'll have to check it out in a second. So it seems like I don't know that could be. I don't know. I don't know enough to say anything one way or the other. It is interesting though. Even if it's fake, it is interesting, and I kind of like it. If that is real though, it pretty much just is the Wii U home menu, but on the Switch. Which honestly I'll take. It also could just be a dev build that's not meant to be accurate to the real one, but I don't know. There's definitely going to be a documentary that after the Switch 2 comes out about like the leaks and stuff, all the crazy stuff that happened about with that. And I was here for all of it, so it'd be kind of cool to see like it all put on a timeline, see what was true, what wasn't. If anything was true, who knows? Wouldn't be surprised if everything was fake. I am pretty certain though that those Joy-Con leaks and stuff, I'm pretty sure that's real. Honestly, I think for me, I think the thing I really want out of a Switch 2 is just more power. Not even using my fizz bangs. I don't care to use them. I'll just spam them. All right. Government. Government would definitely not be on my team. I would never be on theirs. Unless he's good. Yeah, if you're also not familiar with this channel and seen some of my streams, I really don't like the government at all. Especially the FBI, CIA. None of it. Oh, that explosher, man. Brutal. Just kind of hoping that would be the explosher. I'm just gonna take a minute to kind of just assess the situation, to be honest, because there's quite a few people that outrange, or not outrange me, but can definitely pick me off. Try to stay out of that. Just gonna get away from that guy. Okay, that was strange. I think I hit him. Oh! Ugh. Good thing I had that. Be crazy if the drink let you keep your fizz bangs. That'd be broke. Oh, not that fizz bangs even matter. They're just kind of there. Woo! That sounded scarier than it was. Bang!